Like we put so much emphasis on giving and
That's
giving
good.
and giving to the church for a return.
Yeah.
And the emphasis throughout Scripture is on doing the work.
Doing the work.
Doing the work.
Yeah.
You do the work, and God will
God will
provide.
bless. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to drum up people's heart and do it. Are
Yeah.
you doing the work?
Yeah.
Bro, like, I remember speaking about Zion, shout out to Pastor Battle again,
Yeah.
Pastor Keith Battle.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do this, but there was one Easter, they may do it every Easter, where they just gave out, it had to be $150,000, $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a woman who they found had like 5 or 6 kids. Every Sunday she would come with a different arrangement of children. And someone was asking, like, where's such and such? I said, oh, he couldn't come today. And they found out that because of the size of her car, they could only bring a certain number of children to church every Sunday because they live a distance away.
Right.
So they found out about that. I also found that they was living in a smaller rental space. So they bought her a house that could fit all of her family and her kids. They bought her a minivan that could fit all of her kids so she could come to church. And they get paid for her gas for a year. When I tell you, I look for every coin
That
I
you
could
give.
find
Yes.
and give. And I gave what were they? They did the work of ministry.
Yes.
They didn't have to drum up us to give. They didn't
Yes.
have to use a C sharp, I don't know
Yes.
what chords to use,
C
but
sharp is right.
they didn't have to use none of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
They did the work of the ministry,
Yes.
and people started giving and giving and
Yes.
giving.
Yes.
And I don't know what to say to that. I think that just like Paul, I do believe that most pastors, most black pastors, if we're going to keep saying that, step out of the boat on faith. But I do believe at time they lose focus on Christ and they start to sink and go into these routines. And I think some of them have been in a sunken state, barely floating by, not doing the work, but drumming up emotions and doing things that's not scriptural. And I think that rather than always dogging the church and dogging pastors, I do want to encourage pastors, like if they read this or listen to this, just like trust God again, bro. Like do the work of the ministry. It may look like you're going to drown, but trust that God is going to pull you out, and you can walk on water again, because it's at the end of the day, it's His ministry.
Right.
That's another thing I wanted to say about giving and being excited, joyful about giving. If you know you're a God servant, like what I'm giving you is from God. You should eventually be excited about that.
Right.
Like I see a man and God inspires me to give. Like, wow, God wanted to give this person encouragement, give them money, a word of encouragement. And He's going to use me to do it. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, and I think we should be excited about that.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny because I was thinking as you were talking about Keith Battle, I was thinking about the same thing that occurred at the same church.
Yeah.
Not a Easter, but I think it was the end of the year. This is over, man. This is over 10 years ago. And I think, oddly enough, Kelly Price was leading at that time at the church. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pivot, but I'm just saying.
Don't put.
I didn't say nothing.
Keep CeCe Winans' name out
I
your
did
mouth.
not even say nothing about CeCe Winans.
If I ever hear Kelly mention CeCe Winans' name
I
or
didn't say-
anyone,
I didn't say nothing about neither one, and I was breezing past to get to my point.
oh, excuse me.
I was literally going to go to my point. But
We should mention this is about the Sunday's.